Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be teaching us how to make this wrap pants. So it's something that you can make in like say 30 minutes, and it's very beginner friendly. So you need about 3 yards of crepe or silk. I don't recommend chiffon except it's a thick chiffon. So you need about 3 yards, okay, and like I said, it's a very simple DIY tutorial. So let's begin. So you need 3 yards of fabric at least, and I'm going to fold it into two. Okay, so this is my fabric here, and I've already folded it. This is the my folded fabric, and this is the edge of my fold. Okay, and we all know that silk or crepe is by 60 inches. So now I'm going to fold it again the second time. So altogether I have two folds. So now I have folded it properly. Okay, this is my edge of the fold here. That will be my waistline, and then downwards will be the length of my pants. Okay, so from here I'll just measure the length of my pants, okay, and trim out the excess part. Okay, so usually for a wrap pant it's usually floor length, okay, and you also want to factor in your seam allowance and any other. Okay, that's about half-inch seam allowance at the hemline and half-inch at the top. Okay, so this is the hemline of my pants. Okay, so I've trimmed out the excess parts that I do not need. Okay, so now this is the exact amount of fabric that I need. I'll still explain to us. Okay, so now that I've cut out the excess fabric, we are going to mark the crotch now. Okay, so this is not something we're making with pattern, it's freehand. So from my waistline I'm going to mark the length of my crotch. Now this is a free pant, so you divide your hip circumference by 4. That will give you your exact crotch depth, but you add extra 2 or 3 inches to that measurement. Okay, so if your crotch depth is 10, you add extra 2 or 3 inches, that will be 12 or 13 inches. So that's your crotch depth. It's a wrap pant, supposed to be free. Then on the waistline I'm going to mark about 8 inches. Okay, so once you use this to create our the crouch area. Now if you're a plus size you can do about 9 inches, but I'm doing 8 inches. Now I will link that 8-inch mark to my crouch depth. I'm using my curve driller, so I'm just going to mark it all the way down like so, and I'm going to trim off. Okay, so don't forget I marked 8 inches, so I'm going to trim off that part now. Now the next thing now is to measure the amount of fabric you need to fold. Now remember we marked 8 inches first, then after that 8 inches you're going to mark quarter of your waist circumference. Okay, then extra 5 inches. All right, so that 5 inches is the minimum. Okay, let me go over it again. You mark 8 inches first for the crouch, um and then next you mark quarter of your waist, and then you add extra half inches. Okay, so for me altogether that's about 21 inches from the tip there to the edge of the fold. Okay, so you can add more than 5, you understand. So now I'm going to cut out the crouch area that we marked. Okay, then I'll just add extra half-inch for seam allowance, meaning I won't cut exactly at the 8-inch mark. I'll just move my hand forward a bit and trim out. Okay, so I'm just cutting it out, the part that will link to the crouch area. Okay, so now that I've cut out, I'm going to open up. We folded the fabric into two, so now I'm going to open it up. Okay, so you have to make sure you're working with your pins. Now again, from this point I'll have cut out my waist and then the extra 5 inches. Okay, so I hope we understand. So like I said, for the extension of the 5 inches you can make it up to 6 or 7. Okay, it's just to create the extension on the wrap. Okay, by the time I wear it you understand what I'm saying the more. So Okay, so now I'll just go ahead to pin all the necessary parts, and then I'll open up the pants. So what I want to do now is just to mark the excess I have beyond the 5 inch mark. I marked 5 inches after I marked quarter of my waist circumference. So I'm just trying to mark out the excess I have on the folded part of the fabric, and I'll just trim it off. Okay, so and it is necessary you rule with a ruler so that the lines are straight. So I'm still pinning and I want to trim off the excess I have before I go ahead to open up the pant. Okay, so pinning is very very essential at this point because you're working with fabric that are very shaky, so you need to pin, right? So I'll just trim off the excess, and if you like you could actually leave the excess. Like I said earlier on, you can go beyond 5, you can do as much as 7 or 8 inches. Okay, so I'm just trimming off my excess, and next thing is I will open up the pants like I said. Okay, and before you open up you want to also pin. Make sure you pin. You can see that the fabric is shaky. Okay, so I'm trying to still pin all the parts that are not yet together, and I'll just open up the pants. Okay, so now that I've opened up, I will go ahead and sew the crotch area with 1/2 inch seam allowance. Okay, so um my seam allowance is 1/2 inch. I'll just go ahead and sew it. Now I'm done sewing. This is it here. The next thing is I'm going to notch the crotch area so that after sewing you don't have any parts of the crotch poking out or folding. So I'm just going to notch round like so, and when I'm done, the waist is still on fold, so I would have to also trim that out. But let me just trim out the crotch first. So this is one side of my waist. I'll trim it out. Yeah, so like I said, the waist is still on fold one side, so I'm not going to trim this out completely. Then I'm also going to trim out the second side of the waist there. So you want to just cut exactly where you have the fold so that everything is all nice and accurate. Okay, all right, so now that I've cut out, our pants is almost ready, but it's still like probably 60% done. So the next step is to go ahead and do a rolled hem, or you're going to use your industrial serger or overlocker to lock all the sides of the pants, the sides and the lower part of the trouser. So let me take out the pins so that we can have a better view. I'm just taking out my pins, and I would show us what we've done so far. So good. Okay, so this is how I'm still taking off my pins. Sorry guys. Yeah, okay, so I'm trying to locate the two waist lines together. Okay, so this is how it looks like. This is the waist here. Okay, so you're going to cut out a band. The band has to be the length of the waist plus like extra 10 inches. Okay, this is the waist now. So you measure it out. Then you still need to put some extensions that you use to tie the wrap pant at the back and in front too. So if we measure this is about 20 something inches. So you can make the length of the band to be about 40 or 45 inches. But you're cutting out two, one for the front and one for the back. Okay, so I've already cut out my band here. Okay, this is it here. I have two pieces. So I'll be attaching each of the band to the front waistline and the back waistline. So this is my pant. Okay. Um you have to attach the band to the waist separately. Now before you do that, you need to weave the edges of the pants, all these edges minus the waist. You have to weave it before you attach the band. Okay, so this is my band here. I would notch the center, then I'll use my pin to pin the notch part and the crotch area, which is supposed to be the center of the pant. Okay, so this is it here. Okay, I'll just attach my band to the pants. Okay, so the remaining extension on the band will serve as the belt, right? So this is my band. You can see that it's long. Okay, so I'm done with the sewing. You can see the band here. So I'll be tying the pant from the back first. You can see the extension. Okay, so if you want it to be more than 5 inches, the pant will still be to move towards the front the more. Okay, but I did 5 inches extension, so that's why the wrap pant is stopping somewhere here, right? So you can start tying from the front or from the back, either ways. So but I started my own from the back and I'm tying the front part now. This is the outcome. It's so nice, something you can try out on your own. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this tutorial. Kindly give it a thumbs up, leave a comment and reaction, and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.